What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mind Something. If you're new here, my name is Jake, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the BTC dominance chart. We're also going to cover the top crypto headlines for today. Then we're going to take a look at why CPUs and GPUs may be getting more expensive as technology progresses. And then we've got a $200 billion investment from private investors in the US semiconductor industry. And then we're going to take a look at an efficiency tip for NEXA. Also, we had some drama with NEXA trading getting halted today, and then Caspa donations are in full swing, and I'm going to show you guys how to donate. So do me a favor, hit the like and hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump straight into the market. So time of recording is about 9:30 p.m. on Tuesday night, December 20th of 2022. Bitcoin is coming in at 16,840, Ethereum at 1209. XRP at 34 cents, Dogecoin at 7 cents, Cardano at 25 cents, Polygon at 79 cents, Polkadot at $4.54, and Litecoin at $65, Solana at $12, Toncoin is at $2.42. Let's go ahead and take a look at Caspa. Oops. So Caspa is up about 2.5% right now at 0.0052. And then we've got Radiant is down almost 3% right at this moment, sitting at 0.00123. And let's see, Flux is 45 cents, up almost 2%. And let's go ahead and take a look at Ergo. So Ergo is below $1.30 now at $1.27, down about 2% on the 24-hour chart. Let's go ahead and take a look at what to mine. So 130.70 at the current values is going to get you negative 2 cents on Radiant, negative 5 cents on Alephium. Ergo sitting at negative 11 cents, which is tied with Caspa at negative 11 cents. Flux is negative 12 cents. ETHW is negative 17 cents. And that's about all I am interested in. We got Meowcoin coming in at negative 27 cents. If we take a look at the BTC dominance, so the blue line is the dominance, and the upper chart here is for the total crypto market cap excluding stable coins. And as you can see, we have peaked up over 50% dominance on BTC. Now, right at this very moment, we're probably at about 48% on the BTC dominance chart. And, you know, it's tough to say where we go from here, but it just seems like liquidity is draining out of the altcoins pretty quickly. Now, some of that may have to do with GBTC selling off some of their assets, trying to save some holes in their balance sheet, but you know, given all of the things that have happened, no surprise that liquidity from the altcoins is getting pulled out. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the main headlines on Cointelegraph today. So we've got Bitcoin dips under 17,000 as craziest rumors over Binance sinks BTC price. Bitcoin and Ethereum gave back their gains, but has anything actually changed? Alameda tried to redeem 3,000 wrapped Bitcoin days before bankruptcy. Then we've got Celsius amasses 30 potential bidders for its assets. Withdrawal motion approved. SBF signs extradition papers set to return to face charges in the U.S. Now, on yesterday's video, we talked about BitBoy speculating that he was going to get stuck in the Bahamas. And looks like that may not necessarily be the case. There was all kinds of rumors floating around today that SBF was rushed to the emergency room. I believe that was also just a rumor. And then we've got who has returned donations or contributions from FTX amid the firm's reputational risks. And then we've got Uniswap to allow users to buy cryptocurrency using debit and credit cards. And then we've got 4 legislative predictions for crypto in 2023. And then Ethereum bounces above 1200, but derivatives metrics show traders fear a collapse. And then Binance joins lobbying group as criticism of the exchange ramps up. And then we've got, let's see here, blockchain VC funding surpasses 2021 total despite declining since May. I thought this was quite interesting. I'm going to go ahead and click on that just so you guys can see this chart here. But according to this, we have surpassed the 2021 VC funding by almost $6 billion, which is incredible considering, the way that this chart has tapered off drastically after May. And it just goes to show you that regardless of all of the FUD and all of the drama, VCs are still investing in this space, guys. So, don't go anywhere. That's just my personal opinion. So, who has returned donations from contributions from FTX amid the firm's reputational risk? So, there's a total of, 6.6 million returned, or at least pledged to be returned. And that is not even a drop in the bucket when you look at how much was donated. I believe it shows a figure in here somewhere. Let's see here. President Joe Biden, whose 2020 presidential campaign accepted $5.2 million in donations from Bankman-Fried, has not commented on what he intends to do with the funds. Beto O'Rourke returned, I think it was like 11,000. Or no, it looks like he reportedly returned 1 million in donations. We've got Hakeem Jeffries also reportedly donated funds they received to unnamed charities. And you know what? I'm going to call bullshit on that because, what sense does it make to give it to a charity when it's stolen money? Give it back to the people that it was stolen from. And I do not want to see that trend continue. This is just a way for them to write off their charitable, I'm using finger quotes here, their charitable donations, because we all know that's a write-off for them. I find that disturbing. Anyway, so 6.6 million out of, I think it was like 40 million, maybe it was 100 million. It says he said in May he would be willing to donate between 100 million and 1 billion to lawmakers as part of the elections in 2024. Bloomberg reported on December 12th, hours before Sam Bankman-Fried's arrest in the Bahamas, that his total donations could be at least 73 million, given directly to candidates or through political action committees. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't see it in there, but we know it was in the millions, right? And 6.6 million is just a fraction of that. But, personally, if I owned a company or, let's say, for instance, a political party that took donations, I probably would not be returning anything until the dust settled. So I can't fault anybody for not stepping up and saying, yes, we're going to go ahead and give it back now because it's going to take a while before we get to that point. But you would think that more of them would stand up and say, yes, we will give back 100% once everything is figured out. But a lot of them are just silent, including President Joe Biden. Anyways, moving on, I saw a couple of other interesting articles from Tom's Hardware. One of those is TSMC's 3nm node. No SRAM scaling implies more expensive CPUs and GPUs. So this is a pretty long article, and we're not going to cover all this, but essentially what sits on top of the chip basically can't be scaled down in a way that's economical. And for that reason, the more that we squeeze this technology into smaller packages, there's certain pieces of it that can't get any smaller without an extreme amount of research and development in order to make that happen. But if you guys want to read this entire article, I'll link it down below. And then the other one was the CHIPS Act spurs $200 billion investments in U.S. semi industry. And this is not specifically from the CHIPS Act. This is from private investments. Let's see if they name anybody who has invested in here. I think there was a chart. Yeah, here we go. So you've got Arizona, California, Florida, Idaho, Indiana, Kansas, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, Texas, and Utah all receiving some money. And this is going to show you what city it's in. This is the investment amount, and this is the type of an investment. And then employment direct, not really sure what that is, but it doesn't say who specifically is donating. I believe I saw a chart previously that did show who was doing the donations, but these are all from private investors. This is not the $52 billion that came from the CHIPS Act, which is pretty incredible to see. I think there's a big push right now to get manufacturing done in the U.S. I like to see that. You know, in the past, there was a big push during Trump's presidency to bring back certain industries to the U.S., and that helps the U.S. tremendously. And considering, you know, where we're going in the future, obviously the semiconductor industry is not going to slow down, and so for the U.S. to focus on bringing manufacturers to the U.S. in this specific industry is good to see. Anyways, moving on. So the next thing I wanted to share with you guys was a tip from tech.profits. He says he has his own YouTube channel. I will link that down for you guys below. So far, what I can tell, it's a brand new channel. He's only got shorts, but with information like this, it could be a very helpful channel for you guys. So he said he had watched the previous video where I had asked for anybody having better overclocks on the 30 series GPUs, and he says on a 3070, if you set the core to 250, memory at -2000, power at 120, and then run the following command, which is nvtool --set clocks 1550 --set mem 5001, and then you're setting your core offset to 400, he's achieved 29.9 megahash at 108 watts, which is actually, according to that chart, it's a Google sheet that was shared on NEXA's Discord. I think that might be the highest efficiency settings that I've seen so far on any 30 series GPUs. So you might want to give those numbers a try and play with it. I'll probably try and play with it a little bit later. It's been a long day for me, guys. I'm just now getting back into town. Honestly, I almost didn't make a video tonight. A lot of things going on with Christmas and everything, but here we are making another video for you guys. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about, I saw in Discord, and unfortunately, Rabid, you beat me to the punch, man. He's already got a video about this, so he reads everything in here, and I'll link that video down as well. But essentially what was going on while I was at work, it was about lunchtime that all of this drama unfolded. I was reading along in Discord as I was eating, and basically what happened was there was one specific person who was claiming that their wallet got hacked. And in all the chaos, NEXA decided to ask Xbitron to halt trading so that they could investigate the issue further. And this particular message was posted at 11:32 a.m. And I just kind of want to point out something interesting here. So if you look at roughly about noon, look at the volume candle here. And this is a very large bearish candle. Now, immediately following that, let's say, for instance, if they traded or they paused trading at roughly about 11:30, now look what happens after that time frame. We go back up. Now, I'm not saying that they intentionally paused the chain because they were seeing massive withdrawals, but I am pointing out that, like Rabid said, this is a brand new coin, and consider it a scam until proven otherwise, right? And, as far as how I feel about them halting trading for one person to claim that their wallet got hacked, I mean, I'm glad to see that they took action, but at the same time, there's only one exchange that this is on, and just yesterday we had issues with the entire chain going down because our plant went down. So Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the things that are happening right now. I hate to say it. I really like everything else that I'm seeing in regards to the development on this chain, the implications that it has on transaction speeds, and the developers coming from Bitcoin Cash, and the guys that are running the Discord all seem awesome to me. From everything else, it looks phenomenal, but just pay attention to these things. Um, if you take a look at all the criticism in regards to Solana, how many times it went down last year, how many times it went down the year before that, being able to halt trading, blockchain coming to a screeching halt, those are not things that I like to see. So, just fair warning to everybody out there. Anyways, moving on. Yesterday, I posted this particular chart basically showing you guys if you were trying to make $5 a day with a 3070, we could play with the numbers here to see what each of these coins would need to do. So for example, Caspa would need to 26x and NEXA would need to 10x or 11x in order for you to be making $5 a day on a 3070 at the current difficulty levels. And one thing that was incorrect is on this far right hand side, I have this chart, and thank you to I think it was Dark Knight who commented that it was wrong. I did actually catch this while I was watching the premiere of the video, but of course I couldn't do anything about it then. I did go ahead and amend this, but basically what's wrong here is that this is showing 54%, right? But really it should be the polar opposite of that. So instead it would be 46% approximately. And instead of this being, let's say 5%, it would be 95%. Now the color coordination was correct, but the percentages here are incorrect. Now I did notice, thank you to Bop Bebop Bebop. He said he updated the spreadsheet to scrape current price from CoinMarketCap, so the price should update for all coins except NEXA, which isn't listed on CoinMarketCap. So I did see that if you look at this here, he does have it pointed to the correct place to pull the current prices, which is awesome. Thank you for doing that, sir. But I also noticed that people have been making changes to this. And for that reason, I'm going to post another link to this with this over here corrected. So it's going to look like this now. And I did go ahead and include those links to scrape the data to get the coin prices accurately, given on any particular time or date that you pull it up. Now, I'm not going to make this one editable. I'm just simply going to post the link. You can download it, you can copy it, you can paste it, and you can play with the numbers from there. But I think it's important to keep a unedited version of this available for you guys at all time. Next, let's take a look at NEXA's hash rate right at the moment. So difficulty is actually ticking down just slightly. Not very much. We were at the mid 2022s in difficulty. Now we're down to 21.88. We've seen a little bit of hash rate fall off as the price for NEXA is pretty low, sitting at 155 at the moment. Anyway, so moving on, the next thing I want to share with you guys is Caspa is asking for crowdfunding to help fund the development of Dagnite. And at the time they posted this, which was December 19th, they were at 33.7% of their goal, which is 70 million Caspa. Now, if you remember from a couple of weeks ago, or maybe about a week ago, there was lots of drama about the, basically the 2% miner tax. That did get edited, so it is optional. BZ Miner did implement a 1% dev fee tax, and you can disable that if you need to. I'm not sure if LOL Miner implemented that or not. I'll have to go back and check. But regardless, it's optional, I think, in all cases, which is good. And it is extremely important that, development continues to take place. And, I have mixed feelings about how it was approached, but I do want to share this with you guys so that you do know how to donate. And I'm going to donate myself. So if you click on that link, I'll post this down below. But here's the wallet address to send it to. And let's just read a little bit of this here. So, DAG is a new consensus protocol that achieves responsiveness, a world first. It reacts to the actual network delay, unlike every other coin, including our current GhostDAG protocol. Incredibly, it retains a 50% Byzantine tolerance, so it is faster and more secure than GhostDAG. In a nutshell, DAG will make Caspa 1 require less confirmations to be probably secure. Intrinsic scale as internet speeds increase. Basically, as the internet gets faster over the next decades with more fiber optic cables, etc., Caspa will scale with this without any hard fork interventions. This will make our coin literally the ultimate layer 1 proof of work coin in existence. And then they go on to explain why 70 million. And just a heads up, there are 2 devs that will be working on this. They are intimately familiar with everything around it, as they are the ones who created GhostDAG. And they are getting paid in Caspa, not in BTC, not in USDC, but in Caspa. And I think if I did the math correctly, 70 million would be approximately $350,000. Split that between 2 people. That's roughly $125,000 a piece. And, you know, considering the knowledge that these gentlemen have in the field that they're in, I personally think that that's a pretty fair price. However, if you look at the long-term potential of Caspa, that 125,000 could be worth a lot more in the future. Anyways, moving on. So if you want to see what their current balance is, you can click here, and it's going to pull up this page for you. And as you can see, we are at 27,853 million. So 27 million, almost 28 million, that would put them at roughly about 40% of their goal, which is awesome. And you can also see the donations that have been going on. So 16 cents, less than a cent, $12.92, $5.29, and so on. And I'm going to go ahead and donate myself. So I've got one of my wallets pulled up here, and I'm going to donate 200 Caspa, which I think is, I don't know, roughly about $1 or so. And we're going to send that right now and see how that goes. There it is, 200 Caspa on its way. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed the content. Do me a favor, hit that like and hit the subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. However, Christmas time is right around the corner. I really need to focus on getting all the Christmas shopping done. I'm super busy. I probably won't post a video, I don't know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll see how things go. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you tomorrow.